Sisters of Charity of St. Elizabeth and our beloved Academy. She was the mother of the congregation from 1859 to 1915. Her legacy lives on today in this beautiful setting and in the ministries of the Sisters of Charity. This award is presented to our valedictorian, Morgan Lomax. And it is now my pleasure to introduce to you our valedictorian, Morgan Lomax.
Hold on a second, please. Good afternoon, Dr. Azar, Mrs. Corvo, Sisters of Charity, fellow graduates, faculty, family, friends, and guests. If anyone has followed nature-related news lately, you may have heard of the Wood Wide Web. I swear this is relevant. Scientists propose that trees communicate via delicate fungal threads, which constitute an underground web so dense that there could be hundreds of miles of fungi under just one footstep. I think this discovery is a perfect metaphor for the gift our St. E's education has afforded us with, a solid support system. Like plants, people rely on each other. At the Academy, we grew and learned together, working through challenges ranging from freshman year's fraud dissection lab to senior year's rising cookie prices. The star of our journey was eclipsed by a global pandemic. On the first day of classes in 2020, we were introduced to each other 6 feet apart and masked. Some of us were eager to return to in-person classes, while others maybe not so much. But the real beauty is that behind our masks were people whose stories we uncovered and added to throughout high school. Our class comes from many different towns and backgrounds, yet we are joined by our shared time at St. E's. Much like the Wood Wide Web, our interactions with one another have strengthened us as individuals, and with it the success of the whole. And like these natural webs, we as people are messy. Everyone has a distinct web of connections which form who they are and who they are becoming. Yet today's young people are squeezed into certain boxes. Whether it be the pressures of maintaining high extracurricular involvement or fitting a social group, we are encouraged to develop a consistent self-narrative that will guarantee us success later on. This simplification is facilitated by social media. On these platforms, we present a curated image of ourselves to society, literally destroying the real world in order to power the fictitious. Because nature is far from perfect, we are made to believe that we are insufficient as we are. Our innate complexity is condensed into a digestible brand in natural competition with other brands and other girls. In this public square, we are exposed to illusions that profit on insecurities, breeding comparisons. Our entanglement in this environment slowly dims our own God-given light. As singer Olivia Rodrigo stated, "It's brutal out here." But we can counter this, and I've seen it in my fellow graduates' actions. It is reinforcing and celebrating each other's individuality. At the Academy, we have been gifted with the supportive community and the confidence to develop our talents. When we accept our infinite potential for growth, we can reach greater heights in academics and maturity. I believe this community has encouraged us to accept the authentic, multifaceted individuals we are, enriching our lives now and in the years to come. In other words, we will continue to be affected by the indelible impressions left by this network, both as recipients of its blessings and as contributors. One of my favorite Wood Wide Web theories is that the network persists because trees share the resources when their neighbors require aid. Through nature's version of the internet, trees transfer resources and signals to bolster the health of the entire forest system. I think we can learn from nature's example. To maintain a strong community, it's imperative that we actively seek to help others. In theology class, we are taught that the greatest among you will be your servant. Gratitude is best expressed through service toward others. As we depart from the Academy, now is the time to make good on what you learned within its halls. Whether it be academic or personal, our education has been enhanced through involvement in the Academy's legacy. We had the privilege of obtaining a St. E's education, and now we have the honor of applying the lessons we learned to shape the future we desire. Even though the rest of our stories are still unwritten, one thing is certain: we will face adversity. Like in nature, there will be both times of rain and shine, night and day. I encourage my fellow graduates to embrace this variability. Like when cultivating a unique person, seek to be an active participant in your journey. Have the courage to overcome complacency and take the road less traveled by, but hold respect for the worn path and its travelers. Every hill is one of a kind, and each possesses its own stunning contour. We must exercise the wisdom to cherish what we have in the present and strive for a better future for ourselves and others. Success nor failure are final, and it is up to us to find meaning in the journey. Ultimately, the lessons learned in our time at the Academy extend beyond the doors of Xavier Hall. Now is the time to celebrate all that we've become and the endless possibilities we inherit. Like the networks of the forest, the connections we made here are robust and will continue to support us so long as we give in return. Just remember your roots as you reach for the stars. Thank you.